And Quan mean listening to your self-nature inside in two forms. The inside heavenly light, which is your Buddha nature or God nature. And another condensed, more concentrated form of light is the sound, which is also your original nature, Buddha nature or God nature. Now, so this method of Quan Yin, meaning listening to your self nature, and Quan, seeing your self nature, is the best for you because it's our self nature, and our self nature is Buddha nature or God's nature. When we see our nature or listen to our inner nature, that means we see our own Buddha nature, our own God quality. Thus, we are one with the Buddhas in all directions. So if we can see our own Buddha nature, we can recognize our own Buddha nature or God nature, then we are one with the Buddhas, one with our God self. Therefore, nothing dangerous can come out of that because it's our own nature. I wrote a little shorter, but I explained a little bit. I told you last time. I continue more. So, because we are one with the Buddhas, one with God, so we will be blessed, even though we haven't completely realized our true, complete nature, but we still are already together with the Buddhas, because the Buddha has this nature. God is this nature also. In the beginning was the Word, meaning the sound, yeah? And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Remember that? So the Buddha said this Buddha nature is the same as the beginning, the sound was God, God nature. So if we are with that, then we're safe. Nah? We are not with anything else. We are with ourselves. If you are with yourself, yeah, you feel peace, you feel wise, you can be calm, and you can be loving, contented, feeling happily at home with all beings as well. Not just Buddhas and God, but also with all beings. The more we know ourselves, true self, the more we be at peace with all beings and be loving to all beings. Of course, because they also have the same nature. Wow, you know everything. What do I need to sit here for? We just a pastime, okay? Since you know everything already, I just pretend also I know something, and then we just pass time seeing each other as good friends. They have the same nature as ours because all beings have this same nature, Buddha nature or God's quality. Otherwise, where do you think we come from? We come from this wooden floor, from the sofa, maybe, no? Or from this kind of light? No. There must be something very mighty, very powerful that created us, created our nature. And the one who created it is one with us, the same. Yeah? God made man in his own image. Yeah. So that means we are from God. The Bible says that. And the Buddha said that all beings have the same Buddha nature. Did he say that? Yes. God nature, Buddha nature is same or not same? Same. Because how can you have two nature inside? Do you have two nature inside? Cannot. So that means Christianity, Buddhism, or any other good religion say the same thing. Because the master, the founder of these religions, knew the same things, realized the same things. Maybe they use a little different terminology according to the time of their realization and teaching, and according to the background of the country, the languages. But it's the same. You know all this already, so I don't make it a long-winded kind of lecture anymore. I read on. But we should practice well, because the more we recognize this self-nature, the more we are our own true self. The wiser we become, the more loving, compassionate to all beings, and closer to God, to Nirvana. Therefore, all the masters of old and now still teaching this method, the Quan Yin method, self-nature realization. You can practice other methods, and you will maybe eventually realize your self-nature, because you will see the light. You might hear the sound also, but it's not very stable. As if you have opened already your own self-nature with the light and the sound, then it becomes daily practice. Even if you don't practice, it's already open. It will be automatic with you all the time. You won't lose it anymore. You can develop more, yeah, but you won't lose it. Just adhere to the 5 precepts. Even if you reach the 5th level already, please remember to keep the 5 precepts. Because the 5 precepts not only protecting you, but protect other beings as well. What kind of Buddha go out and kill a chicken and eat? Huh? For example, yeah? But after you become enlightened, more and more enlightened, of course you will have only compassion and love for other beings. You will not want to eat anything. But it's just logically speaking, I'm just telling you that, to let you know why, okay? So that you might be more clear, okay? In your mind. The same with every other precept is to protect you, yeah? Protect others around you and your country and our world. If a person already enlightened and keep drinking and getting drunk all the time, is it good for our society? No, for example, like that. So not drinking, not getting drunk is also protecting our society. Because if you say you are enlightened, and then you go out drinking and drunk driving, and then you might kill other people or hurt yourself, yeah? Wreck your car, and then you have to pay a lot of money to repair the car if you're not hurt. And if you're not hurt or you're dead, then, well, bad example of a practitioner, right? Bad example for your kids, yeah, for your friends, your neighbor, anyone who knows that you're practicing spiritually, but you are a drunken person. And you might even hurt someone else. And then if you have drug, for example, you say, okay, I take drug, it's only harming me, only costing me money, but I don't harm anybody. You do harm somebody. You do harm anyone that see you doing that. They might copy, yeah, and harm themselves. And they might spend too much money, which should be used for their family benefit. And then for you also, if you spend a lot of money from your family, then of course your family won't feel good and maybe fight together. And it could be more serious, hurting each other, hurting the children. Once you don't get what you want, you might hurt family to get the money to come out and buy your drug, for example, like that. And your children will starve. Your family will be broken. It's bad for your happiness and for your family's happiness. So even though you say you only harm yourself, but you do harm others. That's just some example. And if you keep telling lies, for example, no one will trust you anymore. And one day, people will find out, and maybe you'll be in more trouble. It's just example. And stealing or robbing, you might be in jail. Yeah, for example, like that. And jail is not a fun place to be. You might think, it doesn't matter, I can go to jail. But then you go to jail, you will encounter other inmates. And not all of them are friendly. It's not just the jail, it is people who live in jail together with you. They may harm you in different ways.